Hello and welcome to Cross Sessions. This is Randy, your host. Welcome to Mission Bible Ops 2. In the first video of Mission Bible Ops, you saw the opening missions, the rope drops, the hidden blades, the underground safe houses. But you see, God's shadow network ran far more than 5 ops. In the deeper files, we find infiltration specialists, counterintelligence assets, long con deceptions, and extractions that push human limits to the breaking point. You see, these weren't headline miracles. These were quiet, calculated moves in the dark, where one wrong signal could burn the entire network. 5 more missions, the same general, higher stakes. So I'd like to start with mission 6 on this one. This is Operation I Ambush. This is from Joshua 8. Right after the victory at Jericho, the small but strategic city of Ai, Joshua and the select strike team. God asked Joshua to select a team and go and defeat Ai. So Joshua selected 30,000 fighting troops. The objective was to take the city after an earlier humiliating defeat caused by internal compromise. Right here, just give you a hint. Mission 9 in this video coincides with this statement I just made. The internal compromise, humiliating defeat. That right there is actually from Mission 9 in this video. I got the timing a little bit off on this, but it's okay. But you'll see in Mission 9. The main force pretends to flee in panic. So what happened was, God laid out the plans for Joshua. And Joshua in turn set and explained it to the leaders in the 30,000 troops. And then they ended up traveling at night. So the main objective here was to go in with about 2,000 to 3,000 men to the gate, storm the gate of Ai, and then flee. So with them fleeing, that would cause the army of Ai to charge out after the 2,000, 3,000 Israelites. So then what happened was the 2,000 to 3,000 men that charged the gate goes out so far, then all of a sudden they turn around and start running back towards the Ai's army. And the other 30,000 troops came out and ambushed the Ai troops in the middle. So part of God's plan was to destroy the city of Ai. So to burn it to the ground. Yeah. So the payoff here was the total victory, the city destroyed, and a critical lesson burned into the network. You see, never move without full clearance from God. One perfectly timed fake retreat turned a previous failure into a textbook pincer movement. God's shadow network doesn't just fight fair, it fights smart. Moving on to mission 7. This is the tent peg strike. This is from Judges 4 through 5. This is during the Canaanite oppression. The Canaanites kept the Israelites oppressed under King Jabin and his general Sisera and his 900 iron chariots. Jael is the wife of Heber, the Canaanite, whose clan had a shaky treaty peace with the enemy. The objective here was to neutralize Sisera after his army is routed by Deborah and Barak. When the defeated general flees on foot and seeks refuge in her tent, Jael offers him milk. She gave him warm milk to make him go to sleep quicker. And she covers him with a blanket. And then she sits over him until he goes to sleep. Then drives a tent peg straight through his temple while he sleeps. The risk here was betraying the fragile alliance with her family with the Canaanites. The payoff here was Sisera's death breaks the back of Jabin's power. Deborah's song immortalizes Jael as the most blessed of women in the tent. You see, sometimes the network's most lethal asset is a woman with a tent peg and ice cold nerve. No glory, just a silent strike in the dark. Mission 8. This is from Genesis 38. This is Tamar's lineage, the long con infiltration. Tamar was a widow twice over, denied justice by her father-in-law, Judah. You see, they had a ruling at that time where the father-in-law had to provide the brother. If there were brothers, he had to offer the brothers to the widow to help provide for the family and kids, whatnot. And Judah denied her. So secure the family line in her rightful place when the system failed her. That was her objective. So what she did was she dressed up as a prostitute. So after Judah refuses to give her his third son, Tamar, she disguises herself as a veiled prostitute on the roadside. Judah unknowingly sleeps with her. Leaving his signet cord and staff as a pledge. But then he turned right around. He accused her of immortality and about to be executed. And just before she was executed, she produces the items that he gave her, the staff and the cord, forcing Judah to confess. She is more righteous than I, since I did not give her my son Shelah. So this angered the king. But Tamar gives birth to Perez, who enters the direct lineage leading to King David and Jesus. A bold, risky undercover identity swap that exposed hypocrisy and preserved the messianic bloodline, one of the network's most audacious long cons. So let's move on to mission number 9. And like I said earlier, this one actually coincides with mission 6. This is Joshua 7, which mission 6 was Joshua 8. This is the internal mole exposure, Akan's compromise. See, if we rewind the clock, before the troops went to Ai, this little thing happened at Jericho. So immediately after Jericho, inside the Israelite camp itself, identity and removed the hidden threat that caused defeat at Ai. So there was actually 2 battles that took place. The first battle, Joshua was starting to lose the battle. So Joshua actually got down on, ripped his shirt, and he laid down on the ground and prayed to God, asking him, why am I losing the battle when you told me that I was going to win this battle? And God told him to get up. And God told him that there is a Khan in his army that took some things that wasn't supposed to take things. So Joshua gathered up all the men and asked them one by one if they'd done anything wrong. He comes up to Akan, and Akan says, yes, I took the robe, some gold, and some silver. I had it buried in a pit in my tent. So, with him confessing, the items acted like malware inside the network. So it was destroying the network itself. It was destroying the battle. So Joshua ordered to have Achan and his family stoned to death. See, once the mole and the stolen goods are publicly exposed and removed, the campaign resumes with victory. So then that's when Joshua ended up winning the battle. Even God's shadow network isn't immune to internal breaches. One person's greed nearly burned the whole operation. Discernment and swift accountability saved it. Let's move to mission 10. This is from Esther 4 through 7. This is the royal court infiltration. Esther was a Jewish orphan raised by her cousin Mordecai. secretly placed as queen through a beauty contest. Prevent The objective here was to prevent the total genocide of the Jewish people ordered by the king's advisor Haman. Risk death by approaching the king uninvited. Esther's fasts, then hosts two banquets. At the second, she reveals her identity and exposes Haman's plot. The king, already sleepless and reminded of Mordecai's earlier loyalty, orders Haman hanged on the very gallows he built for Mordecai. The payoff here is the Jews are saved, empowered to defend themselves, and the day of deliverance becomes the ongoing feast of Purim. No armies, no miracles of fire, just one woman who said, "If I perish, I perish." She turned the palace access into the ultimate counterintelligence victory, allowed it to be ambushed. You see, these deeper ops reveal the pattern. God's recruit. He recruits the unlikely, the left-handed men, tent-dwelling women, disguised widows, hidden queens, and deploys them where spotlight heroes can't reach. Deception used righteously, internal threats exposed, long games played patiently, access gained quietly. The general is still running the network today. Your seemingly ordinary position, your hidden influence, your quiet obedience, these could be active mission perimeters right now. Will you accept the briefing when it comes? One strategic conversation, one calculated risk, one stand that no one else sees. The eyes of the Lord still reigns throughout the earth. The file is still open. Part of it is written in your life. Report to duty. The Shadow Network Part 3 coming. Subscribe and comment which mission hit hardest. This Part 2 feels like a true sequel. Darn it. At least I hope it does. So I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below. And have a blessed day. Happy Easter.